What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to talk about what's most important when it comes to your protein intake, all right? So let me tell you a little bit of a story before I get this all started off. I remember probably when, about 5-10 years ago when I got started on my fitness journey, I really didn't know anything about protein intake, okay? I had people at the gyms, just know-it-alls pretty much telling me, just eat protein, that's all that matters, nothing else, just eat protein. So a naive person like me starting off in the gym that just wants to build muscle mass, get strength, get girls, I did everything I could to eat protein. I didn't care about the quality of it. I didn't care about how much I was getting in. I didn't care about the distribution, the timing, anything like that, okay? And if you do that by default, sometimes you're gonna get results out of spite, sometimes you're not. So I didn't have any really good way to kind of measure it or track it, but that's kind of the story that I started out with. But then, as I kind of got older, I started reading research, talking to mentors, educating myself, going to conferences, and I started learning what is most important for protein intake throughout the day, and that's what I'm gonna talk about in this video. All right, you guys see this badass drawing right here that the Los Angeles Museum wanted to buy off of me? They wanted to buy this off of me. I'm just kidding. All right, so this kind of got inspired off of a paper that I read from Brad Schoenfeld, Alan Aragon, and James Krieger. I think it was in 2013. I forgot the title of it. But basically, when you look at this, okay, at the forefront is your daily protein intake, okay? So, for example, let's say you're eating 200 grams of protein per day. That is the most important thing to get in, okay? Is that 200 grams of protein. That's the most important thing that you want to focus on, number one, okay? The second thing that seems to be, behind daily protein intake is protein distribution. And there's some good research by Stu Phillips and Dr. Lehman on this, okay? So, for example, you're eating 4 meals per day, you're eating 200 grams of protein, you evenly distribute that at each meal, 50 grams of protein at each meal. And I think the good reason why, and it makes sense, is this kind of keeps your body in a muscle growth environment throughout throughout the day, and at every meal it stimulates it, okay? The next thing is protein quality, okay? So with protein quality, you want to think about sources that are higher in leucine content, right? So chicken, fish, eggs, beef, milk, all those sources are high quality protein sources that are considered high in the amino acid leucine, okay? Now at the bottom is timing, okay? So a lot of people get hung up on, pre and post workout timing with protein intake, before bed, protein intake, stuff like that. Guys, I mean, that stuff, I'm not gonna say it's not important, but think about these things that are more important than that, okay? So don't worry so much about the timing aspect of it as opposed to the daily intake, the distribution, and the quality of it, okay? So some take-home points is basically right here in front of your guys' face. Just think about this as number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, okay? And then the next thing, do some self-experimentation with yourself, okay? So, I don't know, maybe just see how everything works out if you just try hitting your daily protein for a month. And then don't worry about, protein distribution. But then maybe the next month, try seeing what happens when you hit your protein distribution along with your intake. And then the next month, try experimenting with different qualities, protein sources, and timing your protein sources around your workout, before bed, whatever it is you guys want to do, okay? So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. Email us at dynamicduotraining@gmail.com and sign up for our newsletter below so you guys can get more information. Thanks.